How the narcissist takes anyone's side but yours. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, whose side was the narcissist on when you were in the relationship with them? Certainly not yours. They were on anybody's side other than yours. You see, the narcissist was trying to isolate you. They were trying to divide you from everybody else on the planet. They were using you as a human piñata. They were using you as the sounding board. They were using you as a person they could dump all their toxicity to, the person that they could neglect, the person they could take advantage of, the person that they could disrespect, the person that they could hang up on, yet need that person to pay their bills, the person who would be subservient to them and cook and clean and do all the things, become the indentured servant, if you will, the unpaid helper, the walking apology, and so many more hats you were wearing, just like me. But what the narcissist wasn't doing is they were not respecting you or treating you properly, and they were taking anybody's side other than yours. Let's just go back to Narcissism 101. Let's say that when you were in the relationship that the narcissist was asking you questions. Now, everything I'm going to share with you, it's assuming you didn't know what narcissism was. This is way back when, of course. And they would be asking you questions like, hey, I need to get this promotion, or I need this pay raise. What should I do? And you would be listening. You'd be dropping every single thing that was important to you. You'd be reading up on what they had to do and figure out how to get them the promotion or the pay raise, or how to help them do a better job at work. And you'd be doing everything for them. You would be steering them. You would be directing them. And what happened? Well, the narcissist got the promotion or the pay raise. Then what would they say when they got it? Well, they would say, yeah, that their coworker helped them out, or that the boss saw such goodness in them that the boss just gave them the corner office and the pay raise and everything. But see, they wouldn't give you credit. They would take away from you, and they would say that somebody else did the work. This is called invalidation. It's called being devalued. It's called toxicity. And the narcissist knows what they're doing. The narcissist will not give credit to anybody other than themselves unless it serves them. And when you're trapped in the narcissistic abusive cycle and you don't know what's going on, you are really in a very vulnerable position. You are naive, you're given to a fault, and what you're doing, or what you were doing, is you're reporting back to the narcissist what was happening in your life and what your perspectives were. And what you were doing is you were giving the narcissist all the information they needed to pepper you more and more with abuse. Maybe that abuse would take place tonight, maybe it would happen tomorrow, next day, on and on, but you were giving them the playbook on what to do with you. You didn't know it. I didn't either, but now we do, and we can't unsee what we've seen. But whose side the narcissist takes? Think about it. Let's say that you got in a fender bender. Maybe you had a fender bender with the car or something, and you knew that it was the other person's fault, and the narcissist was in the car with you, and they knew it was the other person's fault also. Now, what are they going to do? Are they going to say, wow, I can't believe that person just did that? No, they're not. They're going to blame you, because you didn't pay attention, or you didn't stop fully at the red light, or you should have looked 3 or 4 to 5 different times, etc. They will not take your side. And the reason why they won't take your side is because they're trying to break you. They're trying to cut as many slices into you as possible. That's why these relationships are death by 1,000 paper cuts, and that's why they all head to one place, which is a place called Destructionsville. You didn't know any of this back then, but now you're learning it. And so another example, let's say that the people that you were grabbing lunch or dinner with at a get-together, say it was a summer barbecue. Well, there'd be people out there everywhere playing frisbee and laughing it up and grilling chicken and grilling corn on the cob and whatever else it was. Yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it? But all those things, and then what would happen? Well, the narcissist would be rubbing elbows with people who turned out to be other future supply sources, and certainly current supply sources. And after the barbecue, everyone went home. First of all, you'd had to cook, to clean, to pay for the food, and you definitely had to clean up. That goes without say. But then after, as the narcissist is sitting in their chair on one of their 3 smartphones just watching you do all the work, they would be saying that they talked to so-and-so, and so-and-so had a great idea for a new business, or a great idea on what car to buy next, or a great idea on what book to read next, or where to travel to. It's something that you had mentioned to them earlier. And then you would be stopped dead in your tracks in the kitchen, turn around and look at the narcissist and say, but I told you that 3 months ago. Don't you remember? We talked about going here, or we talked about that model of car, or whatever it was. And they would look at you for a brief second, or maybe not even, shrug their shoulders and say, I didn't hear anything from you. This was so-and-so. Now, when they do that, and I can assure you it happened to you way more than you probably remember, What they're doing is they're devaluing you. They are pumping up another person who exists or doesn't. They're giving someone else credit for something, whether that person actually mentioned it or not isn't the point. The point is you told them about this months ago and they're not giving you credit for anything, because the narcissist cannot have the people that are subservient to them getting credit for anything at all. That's why the narcissist took anyone's side but yours. Let's go to a restaurant. Say you were grabbing dinner with the narcissist. Well, you ordered some food and they ordered food too. Well, what happened? Your food, let's say it came out, and let's say it wasn't as good as you wanted it to be. Well, then the narcissist and the narcissist had food say it was good or whatever it was. Who cares about what they ordered? But your food say it wasn't as good as you wanted. And they said, well, I'll try a bite of that and let's see what it is. And they tried it and they said, no, that food's the best. It's the greatest thing. I can't believe you don't like that. The chef did a fantastic job. You don't know what you're talking about. How could you think that wasn't good food? That was the best food on the menu. See what they're doing? They're having you doubt yourself. They're telling you what food you should like, even though they probably don't even like it themselves. And maybe they spit it out in a napkin after they acted like they dropped their smartphone and they acted like they swallowed the food, but they didn't, but they wanted you to eat it. See what I'm saying? This is how twisted the mind of the narcissist is. This is how these people only deteriorate over time. This is how they don't change. And they will take anybody's side other than yours. Same thing with the bills. Let's say you paid bills. And let's say that you had certain responsibilities in the household, and say the narcissist had some. They probably didn't, but let's say that they did. Well, what would happen? You paid your bills on time because that's what you do. And then the narcissist had to pay their bills, and maybe the narcissist didn't pay their bills, and then they would ask you to pay them. Well, first of all, that's financial abuse, and yes, it is. If you think it isn't, you need to play the video multiple times. But on top of that, they would say that no, the bill was paid, and that somebody at the, let's say, electric company told them that the bill was paid months ago, everything's good. And then they would tell you, no, I paid the bill. I paid it months ago and everything's fine. Well, what are you talking about? And then you would show them right here. Well, it says here that you're 3 months behind and you have the electricity bill. Why aren't you paying it? What's going on? And then they would say, no, it's paid. Everything's good. And what would you do? Of course, you'd pick up the phone. You would call. You would wait 10, 20, 30 minutes, upwards of an hour. You finally get to a human being and say, hey, has this bill been paid? And they would say, no, ma'am, no, sir, you're actually 4 months delinquent now, and there's going to be a surcharge on top of the surcharge because there's a surcharge for the surcharge, and now you owe 5 months, and when are you going to pay before we turn off your electricity? You would be beaming, not in a good way, you'd be beat red with steam coming out of your ears in like one of these cartoons from way back when, and you would be saying, I knew it, like why? And then you would say, well, ma'am or sir, whoever's on the end of the phone, here's my debit card, a credit card. Let's pay it right now, and I hope that you're going to leave my electricity turned on. The person takes the bill, the payment, they say, thank you, click, goodbye. That experience is done. Now you talk to the narcissist and you say, hey, I just had to pay the bill. And they say, what are you talking about? I paid it. And then and you say, no, look, here's what happened. I just was on the phone, 2 hours, blah, 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 all these things. And the narcissist, great, glad you paid it. Thanks, I'm going to play tennis. Talk to you later, bye. What did they just do there? One, they took the electric company's side over your side. Number two, they had you pay the bill. Number three, now they're out playing tennis on your dime. And number four, you made no progress. This is how no good deed goes unpunished when you're with the toxic narcissist. This is why they will take anyone's side other than yours. This is why they will throw you under the bus before they throw other people under the bus. I'll give you another example. Let's say that the person you're considering, maybe it was a romantic relationship, maybe you were even married that person, maybe they had a couple sisters or brothers, and maybe one of the brothers or sisters was dating somebody who, let's say, wasn't an upright, upstanding, honest citizen. Maybe they didn't have the best morals or scruples. And then you would be talking to your partner who turned out to be the narcissist and say, hey, your sister or brother is dating someone and this person can't even hold a job and they're not really bathing and they're asking for money and something's off here. What's going on? Well, then the person you married, yes, the narcissist, would look at you and say, what's the problem? I like that person a lot. They're a great person. Who are you to judge people? So what? They don't have an education or ABC. Well, the narcissist there would be taking another person's side. Now you may say, why would they take that person's side? The reason why is because maybe they are trying to blow up their brothers or sisters' relationships. See where I'm going with this? The narcissist will pay attention to whatever serves them, whatever suits them. The narcissist will misdirect people. They will misinform people. They will misrepresent people. And they will take anybody's side other than yours. Once the narcissist exits the love bomb / euphoric stage, which means once the dirty fangs are sunken into a person on the behalf of the narcissist, that person has now entered devaluation stage. There is no getting out of devaluation stage, because around the corner comes the discard, or staying stuck in the zombie-like, trance-like state, the narcissistic fog, for a lifetime. Or if you're strong enough, you get out of the relationship yourself on your own because you got the wisdom. But any way you look at it, when you're in the devaluation stage, will you be able to get to the love bomb euphoric stage? Yeah, maybe for a couple minutes here or there. Maybe every once in a while, like leap year, because the narcissist is in a relatively decent mood because they just cheated on you with your best friend. Or maybe around the time of the narcissist's birthday, or birthday month, or birthday trimester, whatever you want to call it. You see, everything's about the narcissist. You were nothing but a bit player. You were nothing but an extra on a stage of abuse. The audience was watching your life fall apart. The audience was drinking the Kool-Aid, eating the popcorn. Some of those people were enablers, some were flying monkeys. All of them were watching things go sideways. Now, of the audience on the stage of abuse, are all those people toxic? Absolutely not. Some of them, I have no idea. Others are narcissists. Others enjoyed watching your life fall apart. But any way you look at it, those people would take the narcissist side before they took your side most times. You see, when you're in these relationships, you're on an island, in an ocean of manipulation, in a sea of abuse, in a deep end of destruction, and you don't know how you got there, and you definitely don't know how you're going to get out of there. And when you're turning to a person who turned out to be the narcissist, asking for support or telling them the truth, example, how you got cut off on the freeway, someone cut you off and it was a close call, or how you didn't get the pay raise, or how you did get the pay raise, or how you wanted to start doing enjoying a different hobby, whatever it was, the narcissist wasn't there to support you. They were there to take away from you. Think about it again. I've shared this for years. Think of all the hobbies that you participated in before you met the narcissist. Whatever they were, you enjoyed doing them. When you meet the narcissist, most of those hobbies went by the wayside. Why? Because they didn't want you spending your time, your energy, your money, and your supply on something that didn't serve them. If it benefited them, then yeah, they're all for it, until they're not. But any which way the wind blows is the direction the narcissist will go, which is why they're loyal to nobody. They care about nobody. All they want are people fawning all over them, doing things for them, ignoring the toxicity, turning a blind eye, not trusting their instincts, not trusting their intuition, not paying attention to red flags, and staying stuck in that low vibrational state. That's how the narcissist thrives. That's why once you get the wisdom, you need to go no contact. Once you get the wisdom, you need to block that person. Once you get the wisdom, you need to get off the radar of those people, and you need to heal, and heal properly. Because as long as time continues to tick on this planet called Earth, or the Earth continues to rotate on the axis that it's on, the narcissist will never, and I mean never, take your side. They didn't when you were in the relationship, they won't now, and they won't in the future. Because once the narcissist knows that they have someone caught up in the trauma bond, the devaluation stage, or the narcissistic fog, all they do is pull back, begin to pepper that person with abuse, watch their life implode, watch the wheels fall apart on that person, watch that person deteriorate mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually. Their belief system gets shattered, and eventually they get discarded, most times, not always. And then the narcissist just goes on to a new source and says, yeah, I'm getting pretty good. Skill set's improving. Oh, I'm getting a little bit older too. No problem. I'll just continue to fine tune my skills, and I'll continue to devalue people as I get them caught up wanting to be with me or spending time with me. This is why you must get away from the narcissist as soon as you possibly can, and as far away from them as possible. The narcissist will never change. They will never miraculously find whatever it is you think they're going to find. There is no goodness within them. All they want to do is continue to stay stuck in that low vibrational quagmire state and keep as many people captured and trapped down there where they exist. That's where you were for a period of time. When you're out, you need to stay out, and you need to understand that loyalty, commitment, integrity, honesty, and togetherness are all adjectives or attributes that the narcissist does not possess. What the narcissist possess are these things: disloyalty, dishonesty, uncertainty, abuse, manipulation, toxicity, and crushing people's energy, spirits, mindset, purpose, soul, direction, and more. The narcissist is a taker. What they want to do is they want to take, and take, and when they're done, what do they want to do? That's right, they want to take more. That's why you need to get away from these people as far as you can. They will only deteriorate. They will never, ever improve, and they know it. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves. Yes, I have a haircut. Yes, the spring is almost here, or very close to it. And yes, I am enjoying where I am right now. It is a very peaceful, very tranquil and enjoyable afternoon here. And I hope wherever you are, you're enjoying yourself. But understand one thing, or you're working on yourself. Understand one thing. You are not alone. You may think you are. You're not. You're not alone. We, the collective, are scattered all over the planet. That's number one. Number two, the narcissist never took your side. They never will take your side. And if they did take your side for a quick second, you probably put your guard down. And then as soon as you got accustomed to it, boom, the other shoe dropped and they threw you under the bus again. That's why these relationships, as I've shared for years, and other YouTubers are beginning to catch on to this now, they're very similar to Lucy and Charlie Brown. When Lucy has the football on the ground, Charlie Brown goes running. He tries to kick the football. This is the Thanksgiving Day special, I believe. And Lucy pulls the football back, and Charlie Brown, boom, like that. That's what the narcissist is. It's Lucy pulling the football back all the time. Now, in the cartoon world, is Lucy the narcissist? Probably. I'm not going to dissect that right now. What I'm saying is, when you stop participating with toxicity, it can't do damage to you. You need to understand the message. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.